Hello and good morning. This is video log entry number 22, and of course I have my coffee here as usual. So I didn't really have much today. It's Sunday, so I'm not really. I don't know. I kind of want my Sundays to just be uh, my more laid back day where I'm not really doing anything. So yeah, I'm doing that, and I mean, I don't really have a lot to say today. Yesterday was interesting. Like I said before, anyways, I told myself I was going to keep pushing, and I was thinking that, okay, well, if I'm going to keep pushing and desensitizing all these anxieties that I have, I'm going to start writing down everything that makes me anxious, and I'm just going to force myself into that mess. Whether it's, I have quite a few anxiety. I mean, like, I feel like my anxieties are overarching. It's more of a performance anxiety thing, and that performance anxiety is more of a, that's why I'm like, my social anxiety is, I think, under that umbrella, really, because at least when I think about talking, I'm thinking about what other people are thinking, and I see it as a performance when I socialize. I see it as a theater act almost. So yeah, that's why I usually just don't say anything. I think, well, since I have generalized performance anxiety, I'm thinking about, I don't know, I could join a chess club. I could do something laid back as well, like hiking and whatnot, where I can just start talking to people regularly, just having normal conversation with normal people. So I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I'm planning on doing that. And also, I'm thinking this week I'm going to just run around the city, because I did mention my resumes. So I'm going to run around the city, and I'm going to look for a job, because I've been telling myself that for a few months, and I still haven't found one. Had a few job offers, but I didn't like them. One was from FedEx, and there was a delivery job from Amazon. Those are usually the bottom of the barrel jobs that you can get. I'd rather just wait and see if there's something a little bit more fulfilling than that. I don't know. But, if I'm desperate, I know I can always go back to that if I need it. If I really want to live here, I can. I just have to, just push myself, really. I mean, I've been pushing myself a lot more. I've been feeling better, and I've garnered a lot more self-respect. I've by putting myself in the deep end, and I'm getting there. But yeah, I think I may go to the grocery store, because I did run out of dinner stuff. So I don't know yet. I'm feeling a lot better, calming down. But I don't know. At least today I'm pretty calm. I think maybe I found a new baseline. Maybe not a material baseline. I need to figure that one out. But I'm still I'm still thinking about my PC and whatnot. And I can still do these videos because my laptop has a camera. So I can't see myself having issues, unless I really get into video editing or something. It would be better to have a Windows PC, because the laptop I have is it uses Ubuntu, because I was into just programming and whatnot. I personally, I like the programming environment on Linux a lot more than Windows. Windows is just, I don't know. Windows is good. It has its own place for games and video editing. But if you like programming, I don't know. I've seen people who program with Windows, like Jonathan Blood. I don't know how he does it. Whatever. I think he does that because he is making games, window-based video games. So I think that's the reason why. Anyways, but yeah, I've seen people, they have I don't know, Visual Studio is cool, I guess. Visual Studio Code is a lot better in my opinion. My brother uses it, and we always have we used to have a lot of debates about what's better, because I was a Vim guy, because well, actually, I saw George Hotz using it. It's oh shit, you can code without using your mouse. That is cool. So I don't know, I feel more hackery. It kind of, it's fun. It feels like a video game, and it can be more productive, but at the same time, you have to be careful with how much time you put in customization. In Vim and whatnot. So right now, I'm still kind of using Vim. It's Lunar Vim on my laptop, and it works well. Setup's pretty easy. You just have to download the fonts externally. I think people usually use Nerd Fonts, and that has all the fonts for the Lunar Vim. And the nice thing about it is the fact that it really does feel like an ID. It's not as fancy, because they don't. I don't really care about visual aspects too much. As long as I get the right highlighting, syntax highlighting, it's fine. And God, man, I spend so much time customizing. I tried doing the same thing. I remember when I was like right after I left school, I had Linux for the first Linux distribution I ever used was Arch Linux, and Jesus Christ, that was a pain in the butt to set up. I mean, as long as you pay attention to the setup, it's like it's fine. But holy shit, now they have an installation script for it. But my God, I don't know why I did that. It was a lesson well learned though. I feel a lot more comfortable in the command line interface. Like I prefer to use it in most cases. I like being in the command line interface, and it can be efficient, but sometimes you have to like properly balance GUI with TUI interfaces and whatnot. You just have to, yeah. Anyways, I'm thinking about optimization too much. I do that a lot. It's like sometimes if you spend too much time optimizing and think about optimizing, you end up not being optimized. You end up not optimizing the whole picture because you thought too much about optimizing. that Oh God, I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but it's true. So you have to be careful, guys. I don't know. I'm just letting my head go because why not? I didn't have anything written down, so it's more of a conversation. It's not really a conversational flow. It's all about me because these are my videos. You guys can say something in the comments, but yeah, these are my videos. You guys get no say in what I do. I'm doing what I want. Okay. There was a guy who asked me about ASMR. He was like, have you considered ASMR? I was like, well, I did joke about it. Mukbang ASMR. I don't know. That's I mean, like I am soft spoken, so I can see why people would like that. And the microphone's like right against my lips, so it does seem like it's ASMR. I don't want, like, if you guys are into that weird is like, just don't get off to my voice, please. Jesus Christ, please don't get off to my voice. I don't want that. So I'm acting like I already have an audience, even though I only have 40 subscribers, and actually the first 24, so I actually have like, just recently I had plus 16, so I don't know where these guys are coming from. I know it's from the recommended, or the algorithm and whatnot, and I guess some people are liking the videos, and I'm getting likes and subscriptions, so that's good, I guess. So I guess I'll just keep doing this. I don't really want structure, and I was thinking about like having one day off because this doesn't really feel like a chore to me. That's why I did this, because I was like, this is helping me out, and it's possibly helping other people out, because there could be people who were where I was, a year or two ago, where they were in they're in a deep depression, and they don't know how to get out. Well, by doing this, I don't know if I'm just kind of throwing things out. I don't want to be I don't like informative videos too much. I mean, they're fine. They do set a picture, but I don't like doing informative stuff, At least it just doesn't feel right for me. I like free flow stuff. Yeah. I've been trying to, I was the kind of person who didn't like structure much, and I realized, well, I just can't live without structure. Unfortunately, I tried. It didn't work out too well. And then ended out me leaving college, and me leaving college was, okay, I think my brain is, I kind of needed it, to be honest. Sort of, I don't know. I don't like college, but I also I want to be a little bit more, morally rigorous, because a lot of people can complain about college and how corrupt it is, and it's just like, I don't like it. I really don't like it, but I know life would be so much easier if I just had that piece of paper, right? But damn it, I really don't want to go back. Anyways, I was thinking that, I was not disciplined at all. I've been working on that. I'm a lot more disciplined now, because I moved out of my parents' house, and I had to take care of myself, right? I couldn't just do nothing and sit around. So I had to force myself to do it, and I had to be in the right mental state to that. I had to tell myself when I was still in depression. I don't think I'm really in depression now. I feel a lot better. I don't know. It may come back. I don't know. I really don't know sometimes, but I think I've acquired the right tools to not go back to that state. Um, so I guess, for me, my depression was from it was from, well, these I didn't know how to handle my thoughts. I put too much weight on my thoughts, and I was just undisciplined. Really, I was not disciplined, and then by me not being disciplined, I dropped out of school because I knew I was gonna just flunk out. And if I just kept, repeating that pattern, because eventually school does get hard enough to the point where you can't just sit around and do nothing. I actually, because I remember I took a second course in linear algebra. I took real analysis as well, and that was, that course felt easy. It felt easy to me at least, but I think they were a little bit lenient because he knew that real analysis is actually supposed to be hard. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I proving things was not difficult for me. It was most of the time it was linear, and there was like this set structure, and you can kind of just look at the overlay of the structure, and then you can even, at least how I thought about most proofs was that there was like this connecting point, and I usually started from both sides. Like, so I had it, some people start on one side and go up, but you can start on both sides and meet at the middle, and that's always worked for me. Is going both sides and meeting at the middle for a particular proof, and that worked throughout real analysis. It did the job, but I also it's just, anyways. But the more impressive thing is the people who actually came up with those things. Like, I was going through calculus, and I was thinking, it's easy to prove the chain rule and the product rule and all these other rules in calculus, but then you have to think about like how they even got there. Like Isaac Newton's, like how did he come up with that? How did he find it? Like, because he can't do what we're doing. We're going both sides and meeting at the middle to prove something. He I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I kind of wanted to go through the same thought process of him. I wanted to think of him as he was when he was inventing calculus. I try to do that with a lot of things, actually. I did that with astronomy. I was like, I want to put my head where their heads were back then without all this information that I have now, to then see what they were thinking. And I mean, these guys were brilliant, so maybe I can't do it, maybe I can. I don't know. But it's fun to do it. It's fun because you by doing that, you are kind of having a better understanding of how brilliant these guys were. Right? Like, you can't really appreciate it until you put yourself in their shoes, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like, how did he come up with this? Like, how the hell? Because I'm trying to do it right now without knowing the a posteriori, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, it's hard, man. Math in general is hard. It's like creating something out of nothing, right? It's like, yeah, I don't know. My brain seems to work well with it. I seem to be like, that's like the structure of my brain. It tends to create something out of nothing. It's creative. Math is a creative discipline once you reach the higher levels. So, if you're one of those people who are struggling now, or they find math to be boring because it feels like plug and chug, in the real world nowadays, at least if you are a pure mathematician, it's more just creative art, really. It's not really mechanical. It is, but it doesn't really feel like it when you're in the midst of exploration. Yeah, math is fun. I just like exploration in general. That's why I like exploring. I want to travel more, and I want to see more things. And that's the kid in me. He wants to see the novelty in the world again. It's always there. You really just have to sit there and just let your mind sit for a little bit and start thinking about things that maybe something that you usually don't think about, or just who knows, maybe just sitting there is enough. I don't know. I really don't know how my mind works. It just there's a lot of stuff going in the background that obviously I can't see, right? What is it, like the mind is like 90% unconscious, and the rest is, or it's like, I don't know. Anyways, a big chunk of my mind is unconscious. I have no idea what's going in the back of my head. But yeah, so it's cool. And I said I didn't really have a lot to say, but it's already been 14 minutes again. Yeah, I remember when I first started making these videos, I was letting my child play a little bit too much, and I had other focuses, so I had to, I say suppress the child, but I had to put him to the side. It's not really suppressing him. I'm not suppressing him anymore. That's why I feel a lot happier, because when I was younger, I had to suppress him. I felt like I was in danger, so that was back in like elementary, middle school. Even though people are nice, It only takes a few instances in your childhood to kind of think that people are not good people, but they are. It's just, I was naive, and I didn't know what else to do because I didn't want it to happen again, right? I wanted to avoid that danger, right? That's how the brain works, and I had to avoid that danger by suppressing him. I had to be somebody else, and it's whatever. I'm working on it, and I feel a lot happier. I do. I really do. So, anyways, I could keep going, but I think I can keep going. If I can force myself to think about something, and then a whole set of thoughts can come from it. But I think I'm going to stop there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.